Hello, Paulette Bernard here from the 65th Force Support Squadron, and welcome to Lajes Now, coming to you today from the ever wonderful Cafe Bean. And our guest is Bruno Nogueira, and you're from the safety office, and we're going to talk about Praia Fest, right?
Yes.
All right. What is Praia Fest? Tell us all about it.
Well, Praia Fest is the best festival in the world.
The best fest.
The best festival in the
I like
world.
that.
But it's entirely a festival that encompasses several areas, and it's located here nearby in the city, nearby in Praia, so downtown Praia by the beach.
Oh, okay.
One of the main reasons that makes this festival special is that it encompasses all these different areas: the music, gastronomy, parades, all the cultural events that you can think of on the island. They all happen and they're all condensed in 1 week. So bullfights, and it's so you have this proximity to the beach. So you'll have during the day you see the beach full of people in the water, playing volleyball, playing soccer, trying other sports at the bars. Then later at night, people come in to see what the festival has to offer, either the concerts, a parade. It's a time where the island population almost doubles. So small island, 50,000 people according to the last census. During Praia Fest, they estimate that we get up to close to 100,000 people on the island.
And the island actually tilts towards Praia.
Yes, I've heard that rumor. Sometimes I felt that lack of support. I don't know if it was a little more alcohol than I should have, but probably not. But yes, it's a time where people take advantage of the opportunities to come visit the island, and we get a lot of people in. It's one festival that it's one of the main reasons why we need to talk about safety.
Okay.
Where you have so many people condensed in the same location. There's obviously some challenges that you need to watch for, and that's one of the things we want to talk here.
Okay, well, we will talk about safety, but just to kind of recap. So, Praia Fest is when this year?
Praia Fest is the 31st of July, so it starts on a Friday and goes all the way to the 8th of August.
The 8th of August. So there's going to be music, concerts, dancing, cultural events, food, gastronomy. There's an enormous food tent, isn't there?
Yes.
Where
gastronomy fair.
A gastronomy fair.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You actually have several restaurants from all over the country. There used to be some international restaurants. Nowadays, it's from different areas of Portugal, and they come for that week to showcase their food, their specialties. So you get the opportunity to try different specialties from different areas of Portugal.
Portugal, right.
It's just amazing.
It really is.
You can try different seafoods,
Yeah.
different meat. I have a nice story. I had a boss that I took out there once, like 6 years ago, and there was horse meat.
Oh.
He was like, not sure if I'm gonna like this, but he tried it. Let's just say the food went back into the plate. But if you like experiencing new food, new delicacies, new sweets,
right.
This is definitely the time.
This is the opportunity to do that.
This is the opportunity.
And as you stated, once you put all of these wonderful, very positive elements together, sometimes there are some challenges when you get a whole lot of people enjoying themselves, but there could be some consequences to that.
Yes.
So as a safety officer, what would you like for our community to know about some of the things that could possibly happen and how to avoid them?
Well, mostly and for most, I believe that people need to be patient.
Oh, okay.
One thing you can't expect is to be able to get things done really fast. This is a time to enjoy the week, experience what you have there being offered, but it's going to take some time. If you have to take care of one person, you can do it fast. If you have to serve 50 people in the same time, you're not going to be able to do that. So patience is key.
Okay.
So go to the festival with time. Don't expect to get there with normal traffic, so you will have traffic around the festival. Don't expect to be getting your food extremely fast. If you go to the concerts, don't expect to be able to walk, without anybody around you. You will have people in your private area, in your safety
space,
bubble,
in your personal space.
in your personal space. You will have that. Most likely, you'll have 4 or 5 people hugging you all the time.
Is this a bad thing?
It depends. It depends. Not for most of the locals, but some locals and some people from the outside, they might not have that same. Might not be so okay with that type of lack of personal space.
Right.
There's always space for everybody. If you go to a concert, if you don't like that proximity to people, that's fine. Stay further back. There's plenty of room. It's not like we have any areas of concern in terms of evacuations or lack of room for people. No, of course, you have to consent not having the best view to the concert.
But you can always hear it.
You can hear it, you can see it from a little further distance.
I can hear it from my house in Fontina, sure.
Exactly. Something else that we've seen several times is this is a week where most likely there's going to be alcohol involved. People will consume alcohol. I had a fellow, a friend that used to tell me, I have no problems going there because I don't drink. Me neither. I don't have a problem with myself driving because I will do my decision and I will prepare myself for that. But I'm not so sure about everybody else.
Okay.
And one of the things we tell people is, yes, have your own plan. Make sure you have a designated driver. Make sure you have your taxi. Make sure you have all those things in place. But also account for everybody else's lack of planning. For a year, I was in Lisbon. Is a crazy in terms of crazy city in terms of traffic. One day, I decided to start counting how many times I would avoid mishaps, and some days I avoided 30 mishaps just by small things like allowing people to pass when it's not their time, when it's not their right of way, but you can avoid further problems.
Right, just by being aware, and I think that you hit on some really key points, and one of them being that we really need to think about the Wingman Concept of watching out for each other. Go there with somebody, make sure that they are accounted for, as you stated. The taxis are they are ready for this. I mean, that is what they do. So there's no point in driving if you don't need to, because there's no parking, number one, and you don't have to worry about getting home.
Exactly.
Right? So is there anything else that people should be aware of in terms of safety?
Another one is lots of people like to watch the concerts really close to the stage. To the stage,
right.
And that's fine. Some people like to go there really early, get their nice spot by the security line, and that's okay. But then people don't like having people jumping over them, bouncing against them. That will happen.
Okay.
Just try to be
just know that it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. If you don't like that, just don't put yourself in that situation. They will have security guards, they will have cops, they will have policemen, and most likely, if they feel you're the person out of location, out of touch with the situation, they'll probably take you out and not allow you to go back in.
Okay, fair enough.
We've seen several situations like that.
Right.
Who's the odd guy? He's the one not doing anything wrong, but then again, he's the only one not accepting the festivity event.
Right. So. Now, are there going to be people from the base there that are going to be kind of looking out for potential problems and helping Americans who may be experiencing some difficulty?
This is a very small island, and we know everybody, almost everybody.
Right.
I've had stories in the past where I found fellow Americans, co-workers, that were in need of some help for several reasons, and we're there. We're going to help them out.
Okay.
We'll call the right people. Information is out there. Make sure you have that information. one of the common things I saw in the last few years is the Wingman concept is not just a concept, it has to be followed. If you have your wingman with you, be a good wingman. Don't let people get separated from yourself. If you need to push a little bit to keep them with the group, make sure you do so. If you lose track of one or two guys, maybe it's time to go back and call somebody or look for them. We've seen cases where, because of drinking poisoning or something like that, and not necessarily American personnel, they would just pass out, and they would go unnoticed until somebody catches them. You can't have that.
No. And that's an extreme example, but it is possible. And so just, go have a good time, watch out for each other, understand that there are going to be some cultural differences. People from all over the world will be there, and not just Portuguese and Americans, but people from different countries who have different styles maybe of enjoying themselves. So just to be culturally aware, be patient because things are going to be a little bit slower, have fun, and just be aware.
One more thing that I usually like to point out is about the bullfight. Typically, in normal bullfights, you have mostly people from the island. During this time, because you have so many foreigners, their actions or reactions might be atypical than from what a local would do. In Right Start, I usually brief that if you look at a wall and there's no local national, probably not a safe location to be at. During this time, you may have people in a certain wall, but they may not be locals. So make sure you have an extra look at the height or the location, the barrier, because maybe they're all in the same boat. Maybe they just came from some country in Europe and they never thought about that, and they're doing something that they didn't think about correctly. So take an extra step. Usually I tell people 8-9 feet above ground is my rule of thumb. Personally, I like to be in the second floor of something, but you will have a beach bullfight. You'll have an arena bullfight, and you'll have some street bullfights. The beach bullfight historically has some interesting things going on.
So much fun.
It's fun. Make sure you're not in the sand, make sure you're not in the water. There's a nice wall that you can have a perfect view to the bullfight. That's usually the location we recommend.
Absolutely. So a perfect view means you can see it, but the bull isn't going to be able to
get there.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on Lajes Now and giving us your insights into Praia Fest. And we encourage everybody to go, have a great time, watch out for each other. And with that, we will say, ciao.
Ciao.
From Lajes Now.